next speaker is Amelia Womack, Deputy Leader of the Greens, and she's co-founder of Another Europe as Possible.
Thank you very much. I'm sure, like me, you're feeling really inspired to be here, seeing so many people from so many different parties talking about, well, the Green Party's shared vision of a referendum, a first referendum on the terms of Brexit, and to fight for this institution, this wonderful institution that ambitiously protects our workers' rights, our environmental protections, our human rights, as well as the free movement of people. I'd like to send a big thank you to the 3 million and to the British in Europe for all of your hard work, because that's a hint of why we're here today. Those people, those names, because today we are here to talk about people. 3 million EU citizens who live here and the 1.2 million British citizens who live in Europe. We've heard a lot about trade, about tax, about the single market. Those things are important, but they are not as important as people. The 3 million are our friends and our families and our colleagues and our neighbours and our lovers. I want to talk about the people who came here to contribute and to build their lives. Because we know that with 60,000 EU nationals working in the NHS, that you're more likely to find an EU national treating your wounds than in the queue ahead of you. I want to talk about the people from Britain who took the opportunity to broaden their horizons and travel. There's 1.2 million of them, the biggest national group to be affected by the Citizens' Rights Agreement. The way these people have been treated is unacceptable. People scapegoated for problems that they simply did not create. A horrific rise in racism, hate crimes, and Islamophobia. Communities torn apart instead of coming together. We're already hearing of stories of EU nationals in Britain illegally prevented from finding a home, getting a job, or even booking a holiday. Of deportation letters sent to EU nationals in error. Of the Home Office reinterpreting laws to hinder EU nationals registering as British citizens. Well, this is what happens when you strip people of their rights. The government is attempting to make EU nationals second-class citizens in their own home. It shouldn't be radical to say that people who travelled to a new country in good faith should keep the rights that they moved with. That's what the government promised, but it's trying to break that promise. Instead, it's going to strip them of the rights to bring their partners to live with them, to leave for a few years to care for a relative and then come back again. If the government gets its way, they could face criminal checks and a reduced chance of appeal. In short, it stripped them of their place as equals in our society. Well, we're all here today to say it's time for a better vision. I want to be absolutely clear about something. As Deputy Leader of the Green Party, I'm proud to stand for the free movement of people, and I'll never apologise for that. Because whether we travel for work, whether we travel for study, or whether we travel for pleasure, we are all enriched by freedom. And contrary to what you might feel like the government says or what you see in papers, it's not just about economic benefits. It's about culture and conversations and the contribution which every person makes to enrich our lives. The Green Party was proud to celebrate this during the referendum and during the general election campaigns, and we will continue to do so. Speaking truth to power and unpicking the lies this country has been sold. Fighting the myths that immigration drives down wages, pushing back against hate, and setting out a positive vision of a Europe that works for everyone. It's a pleasure to be here with you all today to do just that, and I look forward to that vision that we're going to fight for, build, and we will win. Thank you.